So, after dealing with those energies for, that time that I did, and when they were telling me that they were wanting to wipe the memories out of my head, what started happening after I had the encounter with, I don't exactly know what I would call these other ETs that I had met because they were taller and their eyes were bigger. Um, they had more of a very friendly vibe. They looked a little different than them. Their build was a little different. They were more slender. Um, so I don't know what to think about them yet. But I do know uh, probably, a few weeks after I had that last experience with those guys on the ship, I actually started getting um, to the point where I was losing memories. I started losing dream memories. I started losing memories of communication that I was having. I started having short term memory loss. I, started having a lot of blanks being drawn when I'd be talking about a certain subject. A very close friend of mine, Tobias B. Harrell, he was, he noticed that this would happen too because his mind would get wiped as well. We'd be in the middle of a conversation, it'd be getting very in depth. And it's not normal when this happens. It would just all of a sudden be wiped and I'd forget what I was saying. There'd be interference and my brain would just scramble. I would start that, I would just start to just sit there and try and think of what I was saying, but I couldn't say it. It's like that. Um, the subject of what I was talking about at that time ended up getting locked. I started losing, my freaking mind, and I started losing memory of who my family was. I started losing memory of who exactly, my friends were, where I was at in my waking life at that time. I forgot the town I lived in. I forgot the names of a lot of things, and it started to really affect me in a bad way. It got to the point where it got so bad that I just would sit in my room and just go deep into meditation to try and pull myself back out of, um, kind of out of this downward spiral into memory loss because it was hard. It was very hard dealing with that. This is something that I had not talked about because I wasn't comfortable at first, but I feel like it's something that needs to be said. When it comes to doing this kind of, work, when it comes to working with all these different kinds of spirits and astral traveling, doing things of that sort, you get to the point where you need to start immediately, exercising your security measures where you're protecting yourself, maybe doing some invisibility spells for where when you're in the astral, you're not seen as much. You need to, be protecting your energy field. Things can attach themselves to you and things can go haywire just like this. And I post this content because I want you guys to hear about what can happen if you're not utilizing these kind of precautions. Um, so it took a while for me to be able to get the energy back and harness enough to keep myself from forgetting these memories, keep myself from getting my memories wiped. When I started using, certain security measures, it got me to the point where that wasn't happening anymore. Now it's to the point where it completely does not happen. That does not happen to me. I don't even really draw blanks, when I'm walking somewhere or walking into a building. When you go through a door and there's a lot of technology around, it doesn't really happen to me anymore because you know I've been practicing and taking the necessary steps that I need to improve my energy field and my security measures. So I just wanted to upload this because it correlates directly into that story of the aftermath. There's more to come that I'm going to be posting and talking about what else had happened. Thank you guys.